Square. We think smarter to simplify your life at work.
India's largest rigid plastic packaging solution provider, Manjushree Technopack, is committed to enhance their health, safety and environmental standards, especially in the field of hazardous energy management. Their safety head, Mr. Bhushan Kadam, in an interview with LOTO leader Dr. Nalini Gulati, emphasized the importance of having systematic approach to Lockout Tagout. He very passionately spoke about a special situation, that is lockout in an open condition, which needs to be well understood by one and all. Mr. Kadam strongly believes that leading is striving to become better than we are now.
This is basic program which any company should have. It's not only legal requirement, but considering the accident recording, past incident history across India, this is the basic program we have to have. Basic issue is awareness. That's a big issue everywhere. And secondly, if it is not supported by top management, then it's an issue. As a safety professional, I will suggest that we should able to convince top management about the requirement of lockout tagout, and we should make sure that every employee at the plant or facility will be trained or aware of lockout tagout requirement and importance of lockout tagout. We have this a program called hazardous work permit program, and hazardous work permit program. We have lockout tagout as a part of hazardous work permit program, and all work which is required to be carried out with the lockout tagout are documented. Tala laga diya ho gaya, that is not lockout tagout. You sometimes, when I use word called lock in open condition, they're confused. What is lock in open condition? Why it is required? For example, if there's an air receiver and there's a drain and vent, if I have to work on an air receiver or any pressure vessel, I have to keep vent in open condition, and I have to put lock in open condition so that it will remain open throughout the activity. People were not ready to understand why lock in open condition, but this is equally important. By chance, if there's a pressurized pipeline, this pressure will vent out through open vent. So concept of lock in open condition was initially people, everything has to shut and then lock. No, it's not necessarily. Energy sometimes you have to release through vent. For example, in industries, basically, people do isolate. For example, I have a pressure vessel and I have isolated pressurized line. Okay. For example, there's an air pressure. Just for example, there's an air pressure, or there's a steam. I take an example of steam, which is commonly understood. So I isolated steam wall. I'll put it lock, and then there is a pressure vessel, which is actually if it is not in vent open condition, and by chance that steam wall, if it is not holding pressure and steam passed out into that pressure vessel, there's every chance that pressure vessel will get pressurized. Okay, and if I am not identified in machine specific procedure like vent, I have to keep in open condition and lock, probably I will not do that, and then in that case, because of not holding the steam by the steam wall, a steam line, my pressure vessel will get pressurized, and there's a chance that people may are working inside the pressure vessel, and there's every chance of accident. So that's why this is very important. For example, used oil, the oil tanks, and there's a drain. Okay, there's a drain. I will, before I enter into this oil tanks, I will open the tank. I will drain out the completely. Now my job is to make sure that the drain will remain open throughout the job, whatever job I'm doing. But if I fail to do that, and if I kept it open, but by mistakenly somebody closed it, so looking into drain, our drain should be closed. So there's a chance that material will come inside the tank and charge. So this concept of open in lock in open condition, it is again applicable in cryogenic liquids. For example, cryogenic liquid transfer of oxygen, argon through pipeline. There's every chance that this pressure will get trapped if you do not keep vent in open condition. Vent in open condition and along with the torque. So that's equally important aspect. Not everything to be closed. So that's one more thing which people do not understand. I switched off or I isolated, but I forgot to remove residual energy by opening vent or drain. So that's one thing which I believe that we'll talk about Lockout Tagout policy. What 5 steps you need to take care: isolate, de-energize, then drain it out, just to remove the residual energy. That's it. And then verification. That's a verification. That's equally important. I have worked a lot in chemical industry, and I believe this is one process or safety program. Lockout Tagout does help a lot in chemical industries, where you do have a lot of energies associated with single equipment. I have a couple of experience of especially on the chemical storage tanks like ammonia, methylamine and all, where and even hydrogen. So for example, in hydrogen tanks, storage tanks, it's really difficult to isolate. It's not difficult to isolate, but it's difficult to vent out hydrogen. So we used to do that, like hydrogen purged with nitrogen. So equal amount of hydrogen and nitrogen will vent out so that there will not be any combustible mixture. So we used to follow a lot of Lockout Tagout program to make sure that hydrogen line will be isolated, nitrogen line will be charged all the time. So nitrogen line will keep in open condition, hydrogen line will keep in closed condition. Hydrogen will be vented out through nitrogen line. So this is a very good tool to carry out such kind of hazardous activity. Lockout Tagout. Oh, that's a very good question. I mean, when I came to know about E-Square, I was not knowing about the work which you people are doing. You people have so much of experience. Your scope is so widened. Your reach, and by doing this kind of like a project for Hindustan Unilever or K-Law, your experience will keep on increasing. You have like vast range of products. I was struggling to get those kind of support, but when I came to know from about you, and then we gone through your catalog. It's a huge catalog, so it was good. So when we actually started communicating with our people, what is Lockout Tagout? So we actually took support of your brochure. You people are doing good job. I mean, it's like people are selling product, but then beyond that, there is this kind of service will definitely help people to get aware about Lockout Tagout. E-Square, no doubt, I will love to work in future as well. So message is do not take chance. My message is very simple. Yes, I mean, if you look at my experience after working with RCF, I have worked with Praxair, and then after I always work with a multinational company who acquired Indian business. So when you acquired Indian business, there are a lot of challenges, and one of the biggest challenges is safety culture. So the huge gap of expectations and actual scenario you will see into this acquisition business. For example, Advent has acquired Manjushree. Now Advent's expectations, requirements are huge compared to what current practices we are having at Manjushree. So this is Lockout Tagout or whatever E-Square is the way you are working. It's actually cultural change. I was just isolating machine and I was doing work. I never know what will happen. Somebody accidentally open that wall or press the button and I may get killed. But this, with the Lockout Tagout program or the support what eSQL is doing, this will ensure that throughout my job or activity, I'm safe. So from moving lucky to safe is the cultural change. So currently, for example, acquired events is more of a luck part than safe. We want to change culture from am I lucky to am I safe. So I always ask this question to my people. Just when they're saying when they're rating, I'm safer than what I was year back. I asked the same question again and again. Tell me one thing only, whether you are lucky or safe. If answer is lucky, then you need to change the culture. You need to improve your overall program. Even for example, today we have conducted Lockout Tagout survey. That doesn't mean I'm safe. I have to travel from lucky to safe, and that's where I believe this kind of program will help industries like us to change culture from lucky to safe. Currently we are lucky.